Ever wanted to see a volcano erupt from space? Well, in this video we're going to look for active volcanoes, and we're going to use available online stuff. It's going to be super easy. We're going to find some very cool stuff. The first thing we're going to need is we want to find out where volcanoes are actually erupting right now. And to do that, go to any one of these websites. This one is volcanodiscovery.com. Here's another one from the Smithsonian, and they have a Google Earth network link. So you can download it and view it in Google Earth. Once you've downloaded it, you just double click and Google Earth will load and you'll get your currently active volcano locations. When you do this, it'll first look like nothing has happened, but actually these red triangles have been put in Google Earth to show you the active volcanoes. So this one looking in at Krakatoa. Other erupting volcanoes include Semeru, and that's on Java, Indonesia. And there is sure to be something up in Kamchatka because this area is always super active. Yeah, look at this. 4 volcanoes that are currently registered as active by the Smithsonian. What else have we got? Well, there's a lot in Central America. Pacaya, Fuega, Santa Maria. Let's flip this back to north. Lots of stuff. We're really spoiled for choice. There are lots of erupting volcanoes and they're all being monitored very nicely. And so, I'm going to pick something that I haven't looked at. And I have no idea what we're going to find here. But I've just gone for Aventador, which is in what country? Shucks. Aventador is in Ecuador, as you all knew, and of course I also knew. Aventador is an active stratovolcano in the Andes of Ecuador. It's in a kind of remote area and has erupted many times. So what we're going to do is look at Aventador and see if we can see a heat signature or even lava. To do this we need the location, and that's given on the wiki page or on Google Earth, and it's worth noting that just for the record. Often the coordinates are given in degrees and minutes. So the thing is, we want to have the latitudes and longitudes really more in decimals. And that you can just right click and then open up if you're on wiki, and you'll get the decimals. Because we've got the decimals, we can now right click and copy them into things like Google Earth. I think actually if I just right click and paste, then it'll come up with the location, and then since I'm right by Aventador, there it is. I'm going to start with Worldview, NASA Worldview, which we frequently use on this channel because it's freaking epic. Down here in the bottom right are the coordinates. As I move the cursor around, the coordinates are changing.
Okay, that is 656. So over here, does that make sense? Minus 0.075. Not 0.75. So it's about minus 77.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? There's a much easier way. As you can see, it's cloud covered, which is a bit of a pain. But what we can look at is the heat signatures. To do that, we go to Add Layers, Fires, Fire and Thermal Anomalies. Fire, you know what? Just select everything. Go nuts, and bring it up. And let's see if something comes up. Nothing comes up. It's cloud covered and there's no heat signature, but no worries. We'll head to EO Browser and we're guaranteed to see something here, I reckon. I've jumped into EO Browser and let's zoom over to Ecuador. I'll stick with searching for Sentinel-2 data and just click search. And it's cloud covered as with the NASA Worldview, but the difference here is we're going to enable a quick sort of time lapse in order to find, hopefully, some kind of cloud-free image. I've switched to false color urban and gone for the 1st of May image. And I mean, you know, it's covered in cloud, but where the little hand is roughly where the volcano is. So I think that maybe this clearing is the mountain. Oh look, it's coming up. El Aventador. There we go. So it's in there. So now I'm going to load up a time lapse. To do the time lapse, you've got to be registered with EO Browser, and then you go to the side and select the time lapse thing, as we did. I think we did it with the fires video, and shift the date back a bit because, you know, we're going to need a lot. It's very cloudy in this area, so I've shifted it back to the 1st of January there. The bar should be at 100% because that's 100% cloudy, not the other way, obviously. Now this is when things get exciting because we get to check out looking for a heat signature. And I promise I have not looked at this before, but I have. I mean, I think that there is something here. It's down in the sort of middle there. Okay, so we want to find a clear image, and there is a clear image. There may be something here on the 6th of February 2020. We've got a clear image. So we load that image up and let's see what we find. To do that, we exit the time-lapse view. Remember the date, 6th of February. Go back to here. Go back to here. February 6th. And let it load. Wow, there we go. Look at this. How cool. So let's zoom in. We can clearly see the volcano. The heat signature is there. Switch to true color to see it in true color. But now that we know we've got the volcano location perfect, we can go back to the heat signatures and go back along further in time to find a real decent eruption. For that, go back to the thermal in urban view, which gives the thermal. Go back to time lapse, and oh, look at that! It's come up with something already. All right. So on the 7th of January, because it's jumped back another month now that I've brought up an older image, it shows an actual eruption by the looks of things. A small one, but there's something there. So 7th of January. Go back to the main view, go back to January, and even if it doesn't turn up as a highlighted image, just click on 7th anyway. For some reason it doesn't always register all the images that are available, but you can see it's there. And there you go. It's looks like a little puff, so I think we should see that as a different color in the visible. Yeah, look at that. So there's actually a puff. I think that it's very distinct from the clouds around it in terms of maybe it's a bit darker, but also the shadow being so distinct from the clouds is suggestive that it's at a different elevation, so puffing up. I'll do some adjustments. As with the wildfires, you want to reduce the gain and maybe the gamma too in order to bring out cloud features. Yeah, there's little doubt that that's a volcanic puff, and it's going higher than the clouds around it, and that's why you're seeing this shadow passing out over the volcano. If you go back to the time-lapse function and set it back to the beginning of 2018, I've set it for the 1st of the 1st, 2018, as the start of the time-lapse, and you can see the heat signature is there coming on and off. But let's pick a opportunity where there is a decent heat signature, like on the 11th of July 2019. So here is the signature for that date, 11th of July 2019. It's a pretty nice heat signature. So that's one example, but let's move on to another volcano. So that's enough of Aventador. Let's look at Krakatoa, because that is a known eruption. Krakatoa is located between Java and Sumatra, It's this little collection of islands in here. There are, looks like 4 of the islands, but the middle one with the circle in the middle, that's the crater. So search. Looks like the recent images are a bit cloudy, but we can go back, maybe try the 19th? No, the 17th was better. This is very nice. So there's a little puff. You can actually see the smoke and then coming up into a little pyro-volcanic cumulo thing. And if we switch to false color urban on the left, then we've got the heat signature clearly visible for Krakatoa. If you want to see how the island has actually changed because of the eruption, you can go back to the time-lapse view and select off all the images that are between the clear ones. There we go. I think we've got a before and after. And then you can see the bit of extra land that's been formed from lava. So that's my quick introduction to finding and visualizing volcanoes and the lava flows. You can do this with any of those ones. Go to the Smithsonian or other websites that show the erupted volcano, check them, look at the time-lapse on EO Browser. You'll get some really cool animations of lava flows. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, then you may find other videos on this channel of interest. Hitting the like button and subscribing really helps to support this channel. To get the latest videos, don't forget to enable all notifications.